Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. I apologize for the delay. I've been a bit under weather, and today I have somewhat felt more back to myself. I hope everybody is enjoying their weekend. I hope everybody is enjoying this lovely, beautiful weather. Of course, you know how I am. I'm always talking about the weather. I mean, it was gorgeous today. Hope all of you all are getting outside, enjoying nature, and spending it with your loved ones, of course. So let's go ahead and jump into this late night tip. Today's affirmation is I stand up for myself. Now, this can go a few different ways just because, depending on your level of maturity, standing up for yourself can always have a different outcome than what we could talk about. So, let's just say, for instance, if you're not mature and you are let's say, not very compassionate or considerate of other people or your surroundings, or just ignorant to the whole matter of what the result needs to be, then just standing up for yourself could result in fighting, could end up violence, aggression, picking on people. That's just to name a few. And if you are mature enough to understand that standing up for yourself doesn't have to be violent, it doesn't have to be aggressive, it's just being passionate about what you believe in, then of course your outcome will be a lot differently. So I'm just going to break it down in a form and fashion of how I would stand up for myself, because of course I haven't always had the same mentality as I do now. I've went through my stage and my level of immaturity of where I thought that standing up for myself meant either keeping quiet and allowing somebody to make me gullible enough to believe that I didn't have a voice and I didn't need to speak up, or I've been abused and belittled to the point to where I was taught that whatever I believed in just didn't matter or it wasn't important. So for years of my life, I kept my mouth shut, or it was either one of the two. It was either I kept my mouth shut and I didn't say anything at all, or I either fought back in with words, like I always had something to say, and sometimes it led into an argument or a fight. Now, there were moments where I would speak up that weren't just really the time and the place to speak up. And then, of course, there were times where was quiet, where I really needed to say something. So when you get older, sorry I said it like that, but when you get older and you get wiser and you've been through things and you've had experiences of disagreements and altercations with people, then you start to learn, just not even about others, but about yourself, because you never really know what you're going to expect from somebody. But you got to understand that you can't control your surroundings and you can't control what other people do, but you can be observant of who you deal with, who you surround yourself with, and just your overall environment. So take that in consideration also whenever you're standing up for yourself, because you don't want to cause a bigger issue than what the issue already is whenever you are defending yourself. And if it takes, as far as you being so passionate enough to be able to want to stand up for somebody else, just again, be observant of your surroundings and of the people, because you want to make sure that you're not causing more harm to the people that are external of you, that doesn't really involve you whenever you're defending somebody else. So again, standing up for yourself is, I think, important, especially in today's society, because a lot of people just don't want to stand in their authenticity and they want to follow other people or do what somebody else says them to do, or they're sitting in fear because they're afraid of how somebody may look at them, and so they just, like, what's that saying, tuck their tail between their legs and just keep it moving. I mean, been there, done that, I feel like all of us have been, and I feel like there's always been a moment too of where we've, like, stood up for ourselves and been proud of ourselves for, like, yeah, it's very liberating whenever you finally speak up on a matter that you are passionate about and mean something to you, and you have to keep in mind, you don't have to be disrespectful about it. You don't have to stand up for yourself by disrespecting another person or by being aggressive either. You can stand up for yourself by either saying, you know what, I know my worth and I know my value, and I'm not even going to even include myself in this matter, so I'm just going to walk away. Or I'm just going to, people don't understand that you are standing up for yourself just by excluding yourself from certain situations, just from keeping your mouth shut. If it's a matter of someone trying to get a reaction out of you, I feel like that's a very common thing too among people who aren't, true to themselves, is whenever they're not getting that attention from somebody, then they want to get reactions out of people. And if you're dealing with somebody like that, just keep that in the back of your mind, that if they are picking and poking at you or making fun of something that you're doing, or I know that's the same thing, but just keep in mind that it's to get a reaction out of you, to make you look like you're not who you say you are. If you are standing in your power and you are standing in your truest self and you are living your life to the best capability that you are capable of doing, I know it, oh, whatever. You know what I'm saying. And somebody comes along and tries to downsize you for doing so, that doesn't really require you to say much. It just requires you to keep on doing what you're doing, because apparently you're doing something that's rubbing somebody the wrong way, and frankly, that's their problem, not yours. So you're doing something good. Pat yourself on the back if it comes to that. Now, when it comes to societal matters, that is things going on around you, and you have to speak up, and and your voice needs to be heard, because we are voice and our opinions matter, no matter what the situation is. I feel like nowadays, you can say a lot of things that you don't mean to be at harm, but somebody else may take it the wrong way. And especially whenever we have racial matters going on right now, or just discrimination, you just got to be cautious. But again, don't be afraid to say how you feel, what your opinion is, what you're passionate about, and don't forget that you are entitled to standing up for who you are and where you're at in life and what you believe in. Can't nobody tell you that you're supposed to think and believe or feel any differently. And I think it's very empowering when you can either walk away from a situation that does not deserve your energy, or when you stand up and say, you know what, I'm not going to tolerate this shit from you, and this is what I'm doing. And if you're not happy with it, then go fuck yourself. Kindly. I'm just saying, there's something very empowering with being able to do that. And you just got to leave it at that. You don't even have to you don't have to argue. Arguing never comes to a positive result. I feel like it's just one trying to win over the other, like who gets the last word in. Eventually over time, you'll learn that it's just not going to get you the result you're looking for. When you become to a certain maturity in life and you've had enough altercations and enough arguments and enough disagreements, you just don't want to argue no more. And like, I'm not saying that you won't ever argue in your life, but sooner or later, you're going to want to be like, you know what? I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of where I'm at. I'm proud of what I went through. I don't regret this and I don't regret that. And this is just what it is. Again, as I say in all the other videos, you stand up for yourself because you are who you are and you're living your path, living your life. And you may end up harming some people in a way that you're not expecting by hurting them, or, or breaking somebody's heart, or upsetting or disrespecting. It happens. It happens with the lessons, and it happens with the process. It's to be expected. I'm sorry, folks, but it is. You are going to hurt somebody. Not everybody is going to be happy with the choices that you make in life, whether you do it intentionally or you do it by accident. The point is if you're proud of yourself and you are standing in your true nature and you're being, good to yourself, and you're being good to others, and you're putting in what people are giving to you, and that's a big factor. Don't put your energy into anything that's not putting their energy into you, because you'll end up draining yourself out at the end of the day. And that's just a side note on, I know this has nothing to do with it, but just keep that in mind. But as long as you are doing what's best for you, you are already standing up for yourself, because you are being an idol to the next person who doesn't think that they can do it. And we are all capable. You can do anything you put your mind to. If you can erase all the negativity, and you can just put yourself to the side for a second and say, you know what? There's some things in my life I need to change. There's some things I need to stand up for. There's some things I need to stop speaking upon. There's some things I need to stop repeating. I need to stop making up excuses. Just stand up for what's right to you. Stand up what feels good to you, and stand up what is true to you, because nobody else is going to do it for you. So I hope that this video made sense. If you were brought to this video, then this affirmation was for you. Again, so much love and light to each and every single one of you all. I hope you all have a lovely evening, and I hope that I get to feeling better soon, because I feel like I'm slacking a little bit. But as soon as I get up on my A game, I will be back on here for sure. So again, if you like the content on my page, go ahead and subscribe, or share this to a friend if they need it. And of course, if you have any comments or any questions or suggestions, go ahead and leave them down below. Again, I hope you all have a blessed one. Have a good night. Thanks.